Hi everyone, I hope you had a lovely Christmas and a Happy New Year, because now it's January 2020. This video is all about New Year's resolutions and how to get yourself financially fit for the year ahead. So I've got 7 New Year's resolutions for you. You can do 1 of these, 2 of these, or if you really want to go the whole hog, do all 7, and that will really ensure that 2020 is one of your best financial years to date. It'll improve your financial well-being, it'll make sure you're keeping your eye on all your spending, all your budgeting, and it will really help you get all your houses in order for the whole of 2020. And then if you do it for 1 year, you'll be more inclined to do it for further years, and then it'll become a habit, and then that'll just have you set for life. So let's dive straight in. The first one I'm going to give you is to clear your highest interest rate credit card. It doesn't matter if that's the one you've got the most debt on. If it's the highest interest rate, it means every time you're paying off a bit of it, you're paying off more interest than you are actual debt. So you need to be working away and clearing of that as soon as possible. Put a payment plan in place, so pay it off a bit at a time. Every month at least make sure you're hitting the minimum payments on all of your credit cards, but definitely try and divert all of your efforts into clearing one of your highest interest rate credit cards for the year ahead. Second one I'm going to give you is you might already have debt that you've accumulated by mortgage or loans or credit cards, but don't get yourself in any more debt for the year 2020. I know that might be easier said than done, because you might have plans to buy a house or extend a house or buy a car, and you might need some finance for that. So if you have specific goals that you're going to need big money for, that you're going to need a loan or a credit card for, write those down and stick to them. Don't spend money on anything else that you really don't need. Don't get yourself into any further debt than you're already in today. Third one that I'm going to give you is keep track of your spending habits. All of those coffees that you buy every day, or multiple coffees that you're buying every day, all those bits of money that you're spending every day without even realising it, all those contactless payments that accumulate that are $29.99 or even £30 I think you can get away with on a contactless payment. All those payments that you're making and you're not really seeing any gain from it. They're disposable things that you maybe get a few minutes of pleasure out of, but do you really need to buy that Starbucks or that Costa every day of the week? So put that money somewhere else, put it somewhere that it can work better for you. Start by cutting it out once a week, then twice a week, then try going 3 or 4 days a week and have it as a Friday treat, or if you need it on a Monday morning to help you get through the week, do it that way, but you don't need that coffee every day of the week. Just make sure you know where your money is, what it's doing for you, where you should be spending and where you shouldn't be spending. Write it all down, get a budget planner, do it all that way, and just make sure you know what's necessary and what's not. As part of keeping track of your money, budgeting is something else that you can do for this year to help make sure that your finances are better looked after. Write down a monthly budget, split that up between essentials and necessities, things like bills, council tax, food, all those sorts of things, and then set aside a separate budget and write that down for socialising, leisure, holidays, if you've got things like that planned for the year ahead. Write down what your budget's going to be for the month and stick to it. Do it for January and then see how you find that, and if you actually think it's a quite good exercise, do it for February. Do it every month of 2020 if you want to, but it will also help you see what you're spending, where you're spending it, and where you can probably cut back on it. And it will probably help you save for Christmas next year, which is something you can probably think about earlier rather than later. And that way you can save for Christmas rather than have to put it on a credit card when it comes up again in 2020. This next one's a bit old school, but put your cards away and go cash only. When you're next going on a night out, or if you're going on a day trip somewhere, don't take any cards with you. Take out a set amount of money, take out £50, £100, and once it's gone, it's gone. With cards, it's so easy to spend money on them because you don't see it as a physical sum of money. If you're making contactless payments all day long, putting your PIN in the chip and PIN machine, then you don't really see that as a physical money. But if you have a £5, a £10, a £20 note in your hand, just the action of handing that over to a cashier and spending that money, mentally you associate that with that's eating into your income and it's eating into your savings. So if you try that once or twice in a month, again, might be something you make more of a long-term habit, but try and do that every now and then you just might spend a lot less than you would if you had a card with you and you kept making payments all night long. I know I talk about pensions a lot, but this one is pensions related. Depending on whether you have pensions or not, this resolution comes in 3 tiers. If you don't have a pension, set one up. You might need to see an advisor about it, but definitely do it and set up a direct debit or some sort of payment into it so that you can start accumulating it. Doesn't matter if you've got a workplace pension, set up a separate pension because your employer might change throughout your lifetime. Have a pension that's in your own name and that you can accumulate and you can do what you like with it. You kind of have limitations with a workplace pension, so it's handy to have a separate pension that is fully under your control. If you already have a pension, that's great, alongside your workplace pension. If you have a personal pension of your own, that's great news. But are you paying into it? It might have accumulated in the past and it might just be sitting there. So if you have a pension but you're not paying into it, start paying into it. Set up a direct debit to pay a monthly amount in there, and that will get grossed up by tax relief, and you'll really start to see that the value of it grow. So if you have a pension but it's been sitting dormant, do something about it and set up a direct debit into it. And the last one is you have a pension and you are paying into it, increase your contributions by £10 a month, £20 a month, £50 a month. If you've done your budgeting right and you've cut back on your spending, then you can afford to up your pension contributions. Do that by direct debit and it will continue to grow over the year, and it will really make a big difference because you'll continue to get tax relief on the extra amount that you're paying in. So increase your contributions if you already are making contributions into a personal pension. This last one reiterates my video from December, which is about your savings. We talked about that last time, so I'm not going to go over that again. If you want to, you can have a look at my last video. But this is just review your savings. I didn't speak about this before, but just have a look at your savings. Know where your money is, know what it's doing. Is it getting you a good interest rate? If not, do something about it. But just make sure you're saving somewhere that's good for your money, and you're putting money away, an amount away that's affordable for you, but that's enough for you as well. So you have a little savings pot somewhere, a rainy day fund or an emergency fund, if ever you need to dip into that money. Okay guys, that's it. Those are my ideas for New Year's resolutions. So pick one or two or all 7 of them if you like. Let me know how you get on. If you want to give me some ideas for my next video, get in touch, or if you think I can help you with any of the resolutions that I've said, let me know and I'll be happy to help you. But until then, I'll see you in the next one.